The artist that we're getting into today comes from one of the most prominent hip hop collectives of all time, one of the most recognizable symbols of any genre. And I'm talking about Ghostface.
Dennis Cole.
We're talking about an album that came out in 2004, the Pretty Toney album. We were talking a little bit off camera here about just this album kind of being a forgotten one, like one that we don't really acknowledge as much. It's not because it was good or bad. It's just kind of, I don't know what it was about 2004 where and even Def
So
Jam
much music came out.
Yeah, even Def Jam was like in this weird spot where they were positioning a lot of R&B back then.
In the culture of hip hop, albums are judged in two ways: those that fade with time and those that stand as undeniable classics. In New York City, two dedicated analysts from the Rap and Order unit dig through beats, bars, and legacy to determine the truth. These are their stories. Dun dun. Tonight's case, file 275. The defendant, Ghostface Killah's Pretty Toney album. Released during a turbulent era for the Wu-Tang legacy, this project raises serious questions. Was this album a return to form or a misunderstood chapter? Where does it rank amongst Ghostface Killah's elite catalog? And is Ghostface Killah truly one of the greatest storytellers in hip-hop history? Detectives First Klass Regg and Taurian B are on the scene, separating nostalgia from reality and bars from legend. No bias, no skips, just truth. This is Rap in Order. Ready, Reg? We can get rolling.
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Klass Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we have a special, should I even introduce our guest right now?
Q-Matic is back with the glorious beard.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, man.
Long time.
And they pull up like, I ain't even know what's going on.
Nah, man, like that's
on camera.
Your beard, bro, like it's like, it looks like he took like a what is the blade called? A katana? It just was like,
oh yeah. That's
like,
art
like,
right
like
there.
yeah, man, that's art, bro. Yeah,
That's
man,
art
that's
right
crazy.
there.
You like a Philly nigga.
You got a do-rag for that at night?
Yeah.
You tie that up?
Do
You go to,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go sleep, but it's definitely a beard care kit.
Okay.
you go.
Very
Put
good,
me
man.
on, man. I'm struggling over
I
here.
got you, bro.
Yeah, man. That's why I just go mustache. I don't care, bro.
Bevel, man. It's a bevel.
Oh, shit.
Remember when Bevel took over?
You gonna get us the Bevel sponsorship.
Damn. It's been a minute. But yeah, man, it's good to see y'all. How y'all feeling?
I'm good, man. You know, we got some things to talk about. Let's just get into it. Jay-Z is trying to make sure that he causes like mayhem. He, first he announced the Roots Picnic, that he's headlining the Roots Picnic. They announced more people. Erykah Badu is going to be the co-headliner the next day and everything like that.
Yeah, this is a crazy lineup, man. You got, I'm just running through
go ahead.
real quick. So we got, you just said Jay-Z. That's for Jay-Z and the Roots for night one. And then night two, you got Erykah Badu headlining. And on the flyer, you got Kehlani, you got Brandy, you got T.I., Mariah the Scientist.
Why is she so hot?
Why
is she so far up there?
Who, Mariah the Scientist?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was
you know
my
what?
internal thought.
So with the placement of this, right? So on the third line, Mariah the Scientist is next to Black Thought and Wale and Jermaine Dupri and Friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not being a hater. Like, I understand she has a fan base, and I know that her pen is impeccable.
Is there anybody on this list that you would move up there instead of Mariah the Scientist?
Let's see. DJ Jazzy Just Magnificent. Block Party, De La Soul.
Oh, maybe maybe Bilal can go where she is, since this is Black Thought next to it.
It's a few ones that I will actually put up there. Let's see what else. A celebration of 50 years of Go-Go. I will put that up before Mariah the Scientist at the Roots Picnic. I just feel like that, like, I get it, but that threw me off. I'm sorry.
Her last album is doing pretty good for her though.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
She's doing her thing, man. Like I said, her pen unmatched. I'm just curious.
Well, no, it's matched.
You know,
It's definitely.
but she's
she's a great songwriter.
You can be a great, but it's not.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I'm going to. I was just trying not to. I was trying to.
I see what he's doing.
Get away from my hate and give her some praise.
Balance.
Yeah. Shout out to Mariah the Scientist. But it's a good lineup nonetheless. Corinne Bailey Rae celebrating, I think, the anniversary of her first album.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy.
Oh, man. Just like a star.
If y'all was there.
Yeah, man.
You know?
That's how that song.
You got De La Soul on here. You got Bilal. You got Joe K in Selection.
Bilal's gonna shut shit down.
Yeah,
you know
he is.
De La had a great album too.
De La had a great album this year. You got Funk Flex on here. You know, you got some great DJ Miss Milan. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
there's some great sets on here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. But I'm not gonna lie, this really depends on whether or not I can land these Yankee tickets. Because if I can't, then this will be my redemption.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z, you know, it's been announced that Jay-Z will be performing 2 nights at Yankee Stadium. Night 1 for Reasonable Doubt, night 2 for Blueprint. Only 2 nights. Everybody in the world's trying to get these tickets. A lot of people are going to be disappointed. There's going to be some people that's going to come up and make so much money off of reselling these tickets.
Yeah.
What night do you go to? If you obviously, you know, everyone would like to go to both nights, but if you had a choice, what night would you go to?
I'm leaning toward Blueprint. Well, because
like a young nigga, yeah.
I mean, well, yeah. So 2001, obviously, you know, like I just sat with that album for longer, obviously, but I'm leaning toward that one because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of big moments attached to that, and I feel like a cheat code for going to concerts is always to go on the last night. I feel like that's the night that anybody tries to show up.
All right, Quincy, you?
Yeah, me. I'm saying Blueprint as well. You know, I'm an '87 baby.
That's it. It just feels more like a stadium album.
Yeah, man. I hope he plays Takeover.
He will.
I think he will.
I think he'll play the music and he'll be talking over it and then go into the next song.
So I was revisiting the set list of his tour with Eminem, and he did take over then. That was in 2010.
Like he'll do like
he didn't do the whole song.
Nah, he didn't do it.
I went to that,
hook, but he's gonna acknowledge it.
Yeah, I went to that. I want something. He didn't do the whole song.
Yeah,
he didn't. Well, he didn't get to the. So like he just cut. He left it alone. But yeah. Obviously. So for me, I think everybody knows I already like advocated for Reasonable Doubt the other weekend. So yeah, for me, Reasonable Doubt. Friday night will be the night that I'll go. I'll be all the old heads, all the old people. You know. Dudes, you know, that still drink Remy Martin and shit like that. That, you know, that's what I would do. But I think both nights are gonna be really, really like iconic and legendary. And I think it's something that like I hope if I'm Jay-Z, I capitalize off this and I make both performances live albums and I sell them.
That would be cool.
Because I went to the 10th anniversary for Reasonable Doubt at Radio City Music Hall, and it always pisses me off that like he only put 4 of the songs as bonus tracks on Kingdom Come from the live show. And
that's the one that Beyonce did Can't Knock the Hustle. Right?
Yeah, she did Can't Knock the Hustle and kind of showed Mary J. Blige how you're supposed to sing that song.
Did Nas come out with their presidents?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just one of those things where like you wish, like I wish like that we got that as a full length project because it's just like why not? But that's a whole nother conversation. But I wish that we got that.
But you know, by the time you see this, we would have secured tickets. Just putting it in the universe.
Yeah, put it in the universe, man.
We would have secured tickets, and we are going to either show July 10th.
Yeah, man. I definitely intend on taking the train there though. I made that mistake of driving over there when Bad Bunny was at Yankee Stadium. Big mistake. Never doing that again.
Taking the train, like, you know, when you think about it, like after like a Yankees game even, it's like it's organized chaos. Like, you know, it's right, the forest right there. Yeah. So everybody kind of
gonna get home, bro. Like if you drive, you're gonna be out there for about an hour. So, you know, I've told plenty of people, you know, don't. Like there's nothing that I can do. I don't usually I'm standing next to the man that knows the man, you know.
Yeah, but
I ain't the man.
There's a lot of great shows this summer though. I mean, Wale is going on tour.
That's another
in fact, he's in London this weekend.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Juneteenth He's gonna be in DC. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that might.
Oh Lord.
You know, home going for you know,
All
for
right.
Wale. Like
We already here now, so I'm just gonna do it. Rappers that you would like a live album from.
Live album. Kendrick.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Damn, I don't know.
Okay.
I gotta think about that.
All right, so this is going to be funny for me, but I just feel like this is their aesthetic. I feel like a live album from Dreamville will be dope. Like, so Jid, Earth Gang, like J. Cole, and if they did a live project, I think that would be dope. Like, you know, like one of their showcases. Obviously, I already said, like, you know, we said Jay-Z. Wale is kind of like a no-brainer because, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of, like after, besides like the Roots, I give him credit for like bringing like live bands into his shows and stuff like that after the Roots.
With the go-go
with the go-go film. I feel like Jay-Z kind of like piggybacked off what he was doing, right? I like Tribe. I think that would be dope. I know like Phife Dawg's not here, R.I.P., but like I think that would be dope. Let me try to. I'm trying to think of like another live album from an artist. You know what's funny? So I was thinking about this. I always thought that when LL did like his performance at the MTV Unplugged, that there was like a physical copy of it, but it's not. So I actually would like a live show from LL Cool J because like he's at that point where like he's so comfortable with performing that it's like nothing to him. Like, so like, you know, he's a master performer. So I will actually like a live album from him. And then my last pick, I would say Griselda.
Ooh, oh, that'd be cool.
That's hard.
I would love a live Griselda project, and they can't do fake boom boom booms. They gotta be real guns. They gotta be real.
They gotta speak first.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I just thought about what Gucci did at NPR.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Gucci.
I thought about what Gucci did at NPR because
Right.
I would when he did Good Drink. Man, that would be fire.
Yeah, a Gucci Mane live album. Jeezy, if like Jeezy's about to do his residency, and he's gonna have a live orchestra with him.
Yeah,
I think that would be
Ross.
I think that would be like great. I'd like this. Oh my God, a live album from Ross. That's a sleeper,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Ross will be good too.
It's
a nice soul singer singing like all the samples.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's something that I don't understand why more rappers don't tap into, especially now because like there's like a vinyl boom.
Yeah,
like this is the first time in like years that vinyls have grossed over $1 billion, right? So I say all that to say like I don't know, like I understand like for some rappers like they rather rap over a track or something like that. Who's that? Rob?
Yeah,
man. Freaking Rob. So they rap over a track, but I would love to for more rap artists to do that. Like I think it would be beneficial to them. I think it would give them more legs. I think and then it shows like where their artistry is really at.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes what the hiccup or what the hesitation is, I think some of the rappers probably have a problem with finding that sweet spot with making it like digestible in a live format.
Okay.
Because like some artists, it's easy. Like Late Registration already had that feel to it because of John Bryan. So making that transition to just a full live album I don't think it was that difficult for him.
And Kanye, there is a project where there's a live album for
live orchestra.
Yeah. So he has that, but
Late Orchestra, I think it was called
something like that, right? So there is a world where there are some, but I just think that there should be way more. Like it's like we have the ability to do. I just think like some rap artists just don't. It don't even like occur to them to do that. Shit, Dr. Dre.
Oh, Dr. Dre.
Imagine and it's the Chronic.
Chronic.
Just do the Chronic with a live. Oh my goodness, that would be incredible, man.
Doggy style.
All right. We got Quincy here, so we're going to get all these questions answered.
Oh, brother. J.
Cole just did a sit down with Nadeska. And Nadeska is probably like the #1 J. Cole fan, well, in media. Right. And one of the quotables from J. Cole is that he said that when he decided to apologize, him and his wife cried together.
Yeah. He gave context too.
Yeah, he did.
Would you like me to elaborate? Why are you looking at me like that? I ain't say it. The fuck?
Like, you mean he gave context? Like it's obvious that the man loves Kendrick Lamar and that they're friends, but I don't think it was that emotional. Like, I don't think all of that shit was needed.
Yeah, I definitely have a theory that's being unsaid here. I definitely think a big part of his reaction to all of this was like people not liking 7-minute drills. I don't think that gets talked about. He dropped it and it was nobody liked it.
Yeah.
So because if everyone was like, oh my God, he bodied Kendrick, would he have took it back? Or would he have ate it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I will say this. I think that
feel like it's like a sore loser.
I realize I realize that like rappers can be really good rappers, but that doesn't mean that a rapper knows how to make a diss track.
Yeah.
And I think that Cole don't know how to make a diss record.
I think he probably could if he like really didn't like
really didn't like the nigga.
He don't know how to fake it. That's what I think.
Okay, I can agree with that, but I haven't seen it, so right now all I can say is he's just really bad at making diss records.
That's fair.
Like I just think that I just wish this didn't happen.
Me too.
I really do, and I'm the reason why I wish that it didn't happen is because like J. Cole is so good at rapping, and the fact that people can like hang their hat on this situation is like the worst thing. I'd much rather go back to when people say that he was making people go to sleep than this shit. At least with that one, you could argue, be like, all right, cool, like you not your cup of tea. But with this one, it's kind of like, yeah, because like if he jumps out the window on anybody else, everybody that you know what I'm saying, that's like choosing who you fight. Like, you know, like you ain't gonna fight Debo, but you know what I'm saying, like you gonna fight Smokey.
Yeah. That was fading out. People weren't saying that as much, but now this kind of just gave, you know, the J. Cole stands or J. Cole haters some new legs.
Yeah, the feature run kind of did that for him. Right? Like rapping on other people's beats, you know, that allowed him to kind of get away from the sleepy thing. But listen, man, the man cried. But he being honest, man. He said she knew that, you know, it was bothering him. He was losing sleep. So she was like he was glad that he was gonna get that monkey off his back.
Yeah, and I commend him for being brave in that way because he knows none of his fans wanted him to back out that way. None of his crew. But he did what he had to do to align it.
I heard Jid wasn't happy about that.
Who?
Jid? It's word on the street.
It seemed that way. Like when he was on Joe Budden talking about it, it seemed like Jid was like...
Word on the street, Jid wasn't feeling that shit.
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna, like, you know, hip-hop is a competitive thing. So it's like, you gracefully bowing out that way and going... Honestly, I knew that he would. I had a feeling that he would do something about it.
I thought he would say nothing.
Yeah, I thought he would just not say anything. Because that's happened
that
before.
Dreamville shit live. And I remember hitting y'all in the chat and I was like, yo... J. Cole just apologized. I
don't think he needed to apologize. I think he could have reached out to Kendrick privately, spoke to him, and then just ended it and then just left it there.
But he dissed him publicly though.
And niggas diss people publicly all the time, bro. Like should be getting squashed behind the scenes. Like he didn't have to do that publicly. He didn't have to.
So all right.
Damn, my bad. Wait.
No. I just want to give you. I want to give him some information that I heard.
Okay, let's hear it
from somebody close to the situation.
Okay.
From what I heard is that after 7 Minute Drill drop, he had spoke to Kendrick after what's the Metro song
like that
after that drop that he had spoke to Kendrick like, yo, like, you know, no, I gotta get you, like it was like a little banter, like friendly banter, and then he dropped 7 Minute Drill and then he tried to like tap in with Kendrick. Kendrick wasn't answering his phone, so he started panicking like, damn, did I go too far? Like,
oh, I've heard this before.
Yeah, he's like, did I go too far? Did I
I just think it was bad. I just think it was. The diss record. It just, you know, he didn't mean it. So I think that's why like it was bad. He could have,
you know, you my brother though.
Yeah, it's so many things he could have. It's so many things he could have spoke to that could have just made a difference. But like, yeah, I get it. But you know, all in all, good interview from Nadeska. I'm glad that Cole got to speak. Mm-hmm. Also, we just saw it's been teased that Cole and Cameron, like they put things behind them, and so Tuesday, you know, they like Cole is actually going to, you know, pay it forward and sit down with Cam.
He's making his media rounds.
He's making his media rounds and everything like that.
I hope that happens.
Right. It's like he's just going to shove it behind a paywall for like $25.
He's definitely going to.
Oh yeah. If I'm Cameron, like why wouldn't you do that? Cameron has to do that, right?
No, I'm talking about
Joe Budden.
I'm saying
if he does the JVP, he ain't going on JVP.
He might, because B-Dot's up there. That's his man.
Okay.
He might could get him
There
up.
you go.
I
Okay.
really don't like Beat Out on JB.
It's
I'm not
so
gonna hold you.
awkward.
I don't.
Y'all don't like it?
Don't like him.
I enjoy it. I
I
enjoy
don't
it.
like his voice. I
They
don't
put
like
him
his
on
taste.
Saturdays because you know it's the day after albums drop. It's
Yeah.
smart.
That's smart. I like Beat Out being on there. I don't mind it. It don't bother me that much. But let's keep things going. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler won. You know, they did their thing. They got 4 out of the 16 at the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to them. Michael B. Jordan definitely understood the assignment, because when you become an Oscar winner, when you're an Oscar nominee, and I was explaining this to people, I was like, I understand like we want him to win, but the fact that she even nominated, you can go in there and demand $10 million at the very least, because it's Oscar, like they put it in big letters, Oscar nominee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But now he's an Oscar winner. Like he told the Miami Vice niggas like, hey, I need 18 mil.
Yeah. I wonder what his price was before that.
He wasn't making that much, bro. I want to say his biggest payday was probably the second Creed, where he made like 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously
I'm saying like when he signed on for Miami Vice, if they gave him a price and he stuck with that, and then after he won, that's when he goes into renegotiation.
Did it have an incentive in it? If I win, this is what my
I don't think so. I think that they were in the early stages, like the offer was on the table, and I think
what Jamie
they were
Foxx
like
made for Miami Vice.
They was waiting to get back to. Jamie made money.
If you think about it, Michael B.
That
Jordan,
was after his Oscar too, right?
Absolutely.
Separate from his movies with Ryan Coogler, he hasn't really had any big movies.
And it says he made about 12 mil.
Jamie Foxx and Miami
Vice.
Yeah, so if Jamie Foxx think about it, like Jamie Foxx made 12 mil of that, right? With inflation, like he's not far off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like Michael B. Jordan is pretty much, he's probably going to do all the press.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to be the person doing the most of the interviews, because that's when people don't understand what like asking price and stuff like that. Like they're working, so like they got to go to every world premiere around the country. Pretty much like what Tom Cruise. The prime example is what Tom Cruise does whenever there's a Mission Impossible. He goes to several different countries. He's on every major publication, and he taps in and he talks with these people. Right. Then on top of that, he comes on board as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael B. Jordan is absolutely going to come aboard as a producer and do something like that, right? So it just makes what he's about to do for the movie, like Austin Butler don't have the star power that he has.
Wait, isn't Tom Cruise in the movie?
He's pinned in to be the villain. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. He's gonna get his money or whatever like that. But like, I'm glad that he's doing this. Like one of our friends was like, "Yo, I think he's doing too much." It's like he's not doing too much. Like he's an Oscar winner. Like he's asking for like what he deserves. So what they might do is they might offer him like in negotiations, they might like lower it and then say, "Hey, we'll give you, you know, the profit margins off of the box office."
Mm-hmm.
So then it'll give him more incentive to really have a really great opening week, because that's where all the money is made.
Yeah.
So I just think that he deserves it, and I'm really like glad for him, because that especially in like the actor world, like when you get like these awards and stuff like that, like, or get the nomination, like it's like a big deal. That's why the studio tries to push you to do it and everything like that. And like some actors, like they kind of don't want you to get that, so that's why they push against you. But Michael B. Jordan, like, you know, SAG Awards, I get to vote for that, so he got that,
mm-hmm.
and he got the Oscar, so he got the two that matter the most.
Also, shout out to Autumn Durald Arkapaw, first Black cinematographer to win.
Yes.
An Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't that familiar with her shit up until this film. So like seeing the recognition that she got and knowing that she's the first Black cinematographer, like a lot of records was broken. That it's just like, and then even knowing that there's no Black screenplay writer has won yet was crazy.
Except Ryan Coogler.
Didn't win for screenplay.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
No, yeah, sorry. He won for screenplay, but is there best film director or something like that?
Best director, probably.
Oh, yeah, best
is that
director.
the one?
Yeah.
He didn't get it.
Yeah. That's the one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that there's never been ever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
no Spike, nothing.
That's one that we got to focus on.
It sucks, because sometimes like it just be like what kind of year is happening, and like what other movies is out, and it's all like politics and like what equipment they use to shoot the films. Like, cause like for us, like we'll see our movies, right? Like that are like for us, like people of color, and we'll be like, "Yo, that was great," right? And then like somebody like James Cameron will like shoot a movie and you might not think much of it, but then you find out like he used some kind of like special lens that's
That
like
wasn't even out.
groundbreaking,
Yeah.
or like it's going to like change the film industry, and like that's why they voted for him.
But that's the thing. They talked about Ryan Coogler and Sinners with that same
Right.
reverence.
No, I agree with you.
Tom Cruise, like all
Yeah,
That's what changed it though.
what-
That's what changed like the trajectory with that.
Right. So I think the reason why One Battle After Another won was, I think that was like Paul Thomas Anderson's kind of like lifetime achievement.
Yeah.
And I know like for some
Payback.
people they like, yo, fuck out of here. But it's like One Battle After Another was a good movie. You don't like it? I'm sorry.
I liked it a lot. Why didn't you like it?
I just didn't like Tiana.
Well, finish your point and then I'll.
Okay. I enjoyed the movie, but I just think that like, you know, I think he got his career achievement, and some people just don't like shit like that. But like I think it's the equivalent of like why like Al Pacino got his
Training Day.
Denzel got it for Training Day. Al Pacino got it for Sin of a Woman, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think he beat Denzel that year, if I'm not mistaken.
For Malcolm X.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But so
He's
then,
Al Pacino. Like
I get it.
so why didn't you like it?
I didn't like Tiana's character in there. The way that they portrayed her character.
Go ahead, brother.
But that's, I mean, I get that, but also it's like
uncomfortable to watch. Right?
Yeah, but did that make it not
awarded?
Did that make it not good? Because I feel like because I went like down a rabbit hole of like my thought process with this recently of like,
Yo, stop looking at me like that.
People be feeling like people feel like because they don't agree with something or a depiction of something that is not good. So
Right.
like
That's fair.
the way that they're making the director be like, this is like a fetish that he's interpolating, and it's like, no, there's niggas really out there like that fetish that like this guy's character, Sean Penn's character, that fetishized black women. So it's like you don't want to see the depiction of that because you just want to bury it because you think it's not real. It happens.
Yeah.
That don't mean just because I'm telling this story, I align with the story. And I think with social media, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm saying with social media, I feel like that's what people started taking out of One Battle After Another. And it's like, yo, it's a great film. You don't have to align with what it's telling you, but is the depiction fucking amazing? Did they do a great job? And they all did.
They did. You're right. I'm definitely biased because this is just kind of what happens in America. So you look at it, it's like, damn.
So it's a harsh truth.
Because I'm talking about just like awarding that type of content. Like they did it with Monsters Ball.
Okay, Monsters Ball wasn't that good of a film. So that I can agree with.
Yeah. So I have that in my mind.
Went platinum when I was in high school.
That scene went platinum. It was a great fucking scene.
I know. So remember how DVDs had chapters? I knew the chapter number on that DVD. I used to go to the chapter. It was chapter 12. It was chapter 12. You go to the DVD and it's like, oh shit, okay.
Swordfish too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, nah. It's just like, because of those things happen, when you see stuff like that, it automatically like puts your nervous system in that space to where I judge it that.
I get it.
It's hard to like, not see it that way.
That's fair.
I get it, man. Nah, it sucks that they made her fucking snitch. I get it.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, she was fighting for a character to have a solo film. I don't think it needs that.
I don't think a solo film, but I mean, I would like, I would like a short film about like, like what she's doing, like a while away and shit like that. But whatever.
Yeah, give Tiana. I'm fine. I'm happy that she's
happy for Tiana.
For her.
Sure. Yeah,
it's just like the character. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
All right. So moving along. And this one we can keep brief. Sean is doing his rounds because I think that he has like a new album coming out. And he went on and he's talked about Brandy like quite a few times, like, but it was kind of more like in like he didn't put her in a bad light, but he's always said like, yo, he was dating Brandy and she's the one who put the battery in his back because she told him he ain't even do nothing yet and he acting like, like he's Puff.
Yeah.
So I kind of put the battery in his back to like make his debut album so good and, to really prove her wrong. But she's the one that actually kind of like told him like he needs to get his shit together. So come to find out, she was dating him and Mace at the same time. So when I saw them talking about it, I was like, damn, Brandy was on her pimp shit. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking like, these two dudes was running through her or doing anything like that. It generally didn't even cross my mind like that. I didn't look at it that way. But I could understand like, two men giggling on screen pillow talking about dating Brandy at that time, but she was like the most. That's what they was doing. They was giggling like little, like you know, like little kids. But I think that if you think about it, at that point, Brandy was like it's kind of like saying like, yo, I dated Beyonce at her peak. Like at that point, Brandy was the biggest R&B star and arguably one of the biggest pop stars in the world, right? Mm-hmm. So both of them, you know, being able to say that, yo, I was dating the biggest.
Yeah,
I get it, but it's like how both of them like comfortably talk about it. Talk about, yo, yeah, Brandy played me. You know, like it's kind of weird. Like, I get it. It's like them showing like, yo, two men can be comfortable talking about something, but it's just like have some respect.
Yeah.
And now like it's like this big mess because now we got Ray J out here talking about wanting to rape them and stuff like that, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. Cause then he said he had a homeboy named Bussy Daddy or some shit like that. Yeah, he said Bussy Daddy and Backshots or some shit like that. Like that's like the names that they answer to.
And then he called back in the morning to double down.
Yeah, then he called the Breakfast Club. Like, yeah,
I mean that
shit. Yeah. He was like, I really need them to get this message. Yeah. You know, like, you know how crazy, you know how out of your mind you gotta be to like wake up, like sleep on it.
Yeah.
And like wake up the next day and be like, nah.
So crazy.
I still feel this way.
So crazy,
I want to rape these men.
And what? It's also tasteless for Breakfast Club to give him a platform to say that again.
Yeah.
To go off and say some shit like that again.
I agree.
That's true.
Well, one, and then two, it just sucks that these grown ass men are bringing up Brandy in this light because Sean was talking from a point of admiration, but when you get in a room with Cameron and Mace, it can be misconstrued.
Right.
It can be made something bigger.
Be.
Because he's like, man, like, you know, I used to love Brandy back, you know, when we was kids, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, that was my biggest crush, this and that. He said it in the documentary too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a big deal. He was like, yo, and when you go back and watch the documentary, rest in peace, Clark Kent, but he wasn't the one that brought up and said that it was Brandy. Clark Kent was the one that said it. It was like, yeah, nah, he was dating Brandy. Everybody knew that, whatever. But Shine also did some corny shit because he was talking to TMZ and talking to them about it. And then also he put out the Hit It First clip online. So it's just a mess. And
it's crazy.
Brandy don't bother nobody, man. She got her book coming out. Yeah, she got her book coming out. So if anything, she turned this into promo for her book. So
right, but I mean, we all do know that Brandy's known to be a liar as well. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
She did have a few instances in the past where she wasn't so truthful. But yeah,
and she killed somebody.
All right, man. So
all right, cool. Moving along. Next, Jack Harlow released a new project named Monica. And then he had an interview with New York Times, and he was talking about his love for R&B, and he was saying that he feels like he's gotten blacker. And then that opened Pandora's box for fans to kind of like just go in on him and pretty much just kick his back in. And then somebody was like, you know, like that's how white people like get away with saying it. And then there's this comedian that told the story how he thought that his friends were calling him Monica all the time, but it was my nigga. So now there's like all of these different like theories and stuff like that about what Jack Harlow was doing.
And then shit, it's crazy that he went into this lane because Jack Harlow was like this safe rapper that like people used to like. You know, back when, like a few years ago,
he was
collabing with Drake. But I think his profile was a little higher. Like people saw him going in a different direction than where he ended up in. Because you know he was in movies. He was in a movie with Matt Damon. He was in White Man Can't Jump, even though that was whatever. But people saw him, and he had the shit with didn't he have a New Balance deal?
Yeah,
he was doing a lot of shit. Like, so now for him to move over into this lane where it's like quote unquote neo soul and wearing the Kangol, I think it just looked performative and it was easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
Cause I don't think he literally meant that he was getting blacker. Cause when you listen to the interview, he was basically talking about how white contemporaries are aligning himself, finding a middle ground between black music and the pop music. And for him, I think what he meant was him going blacker was like moving away from the pop music and leaning into like what inspired the album, like Electric Lady Studios and all of this shit. But it's just fucked up and crazy to me because he didn't know who Brandy was like 2 years ago. So it's kind of crazy for you to say, oh yeah, nah, my music is blacker now. And it's like, you didn't do your homework though. Like what did you learn in the 2 years that made your music blacker?
I don't know. I think it's the type of music that he was aiming to make. But I think it's interesting that seems like him and Drama had some type of falling out. He's still Generation Now, according to Drama.
Yeah. Oh, he is?
But yeah.
He said 360 deal, blood in, blood out for life.
On the JBP, Ice said he had spoke to Drama, and Drama said he's still Generation Now, whether I'm with him or not, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? And his nick is not on the
right. So that means that means Jack Harlow left the label, but Drama's like, you signed the contract.
Yeah, exactly. Generation Now is on Atlantic, right? So his album still says Atlantic,
right?
But yeah, okay.
That just means that Drama just gets a cut of the project, but like he probably don't help with anything else.
He's not in the room. That's what I'm saying. So speaking to what you said, Drama's not in the room no more. You know what I mean? So that black guy that could help you navigate some of these waters.
Ain't much cut to get from this album because I think it's selling like less than 20K the first week. So
you're not gonna be able to tour this album.
Yeah. I mean, I think he will.
Well, if
he do like Blue Note, and
if he's smart, if he really want to lean into it and like double down, like no, I'm getting blacker. He should go to black venues and do it. Small like jazz spots and stuff. Yo, if he really mean it, I pose up backing away from it, lean into it, like yo, I really meant this. Y'all gonna boo me, but I'm like earn it.
Yeah. We're an accepting people.
Yeah, we'll give you a chance.
We are, and we're very forgiving.
Very forgiving.
Right. Okay. So Chance the Rapper just won a case for like $32 million. His former manager sued him because when Chance first, when their deal first started, and when Chance's career first started flourishing, his partner Pat was like a very integral part of the legend that grew of Chance the Rapper. And I think after Big Day, right? Yeah. They had the next project, and I think that him and Chance started having like different ideas of what to do. And Chance blamed him for why it flopped, and he blamed Chance. So when they parted ways, he was just like, yo, like you owe me XYZ amount of money. And Chance was like, well, I paid you this and you didn't even like come through on what you were supposed to do. So he took him to court, but nothing was in on paper. It was all a handshake deal. So in court, like basically Chance just sat there and just was like, I don't even know him like that. Like we cool, but like he ain't my man's like that. Like, like my father's connections is what helped my career. So basically, like he flipped the script on him. He was like, "Okay, white man, like since you want to roll like that, like I do think that Pat was right, but I think he fucked up in thinking that he could get all this off without having anything on paper."
That's so funny because Chance never really leans into his dad's connections like that up until that.
Until court,
yeah,
he said it.
He never really leans into that. Like people bring it up and he doesn't really talk about it.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, so Chance got a win. Starline was great. This
Starline was a good album.
It was.
I think I know he feels a way that like it got really overlooked. But it's a lot of factors with that. One, he took so much time off, and two, like the Big Day was just a huge stain to how people saw him.
Right.
So.
And also, mad great albums came out last year. It came out in the midst of all of the clips and it was a lot going on.
I think he should have at least got a nomination though.
That album was,
even if he
the lyricism alone on that album is phenomenal.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, Afro Man won his case.
That was cool as hell. That was really cool. Did you follow that at all?
Tell me about that. What's that?
Go ahead, Ray. Something.
So basically, and I want to say, what year was it that they broke in? Like 2000, like 2022 or something
21,
like that?
22.
Yeah. So Police raided his crib, and they didn't find anything, right? And they ransacked his whole shit. They took money from him, I think like $4,000 or something like that. And so he went to court, but it only went to court because he started making songs about the officers. So he made I want to say like over 10 songs.
Yeah, you forgot the most important part. One of the officers ate his pie.
Did they eat his pie or just was looking at it like he wanted to?
I thought he ate the pie.
Okay.
We saw it on cameras?
They was just look. He caught him so he had it on camera. It's weird, but it's funny as hell.
This is hilarious.
So he was looking at the lemon cake, I think, and so he made a song about him looking at the cake.
Okay.
And then there's another one named Lisa that became like
about
a big song.
What was it was the cop's wife, or was it a female officer?
Female officer.
Yeah, and said that she was sucking dick.
Yeah. Eating pussy.
Eating pussy.
So
everybody pussy in the world.
But the songs are good. He made a bunch of songs and they all went viral, like in the community, you could say. But then now it's like world news because they went to court, and you know how they the shit that Jay-Z and Meek were fighting against with like playing lyrics and shit like that. We're using it in court, and they're using the lyrics in court. So they're going over it in court, and they're trying to like fish out what's true and what's wrong. And they're talking to the officers. So like in one of the songs, he makes an allegation that he slept with one of the officers' wives. So they had to ask him, and the officer's like, I don't know. Like, right? So
can you imagine being his wife?
So they had to go through that. And then another one was like how they're cheating, whatever. But by the time it got to court, they were separated. So it actually looked like there was some like truth to it, even if it was just a coincidence. So it was enough to like make the shit just messy as hell. And he ended up winning. He won. He won.
And he won. He was out there dressed like Don King in an American flag suit.
Yeah.
So
that's hilarious.
That's that. Let's see. Okay. I got a kick out of this shit. Just
that shit's funny as hell.
Justin Timberlake.
I didn't even do it justice. You have to like follow that. But the Justin Timberlake.
All right, so Justin Timberlake. So we finally got the Justin Timberlake body cam footage from when he was out in the Hamptons and he got caught drunk driving. This video was funny for many levels, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I watched it a lot.
There's a couple videos.
Yeah, I watched it a few times. So what happened is the Justin Timberlake, you could tell that Justin Timberlake is used to getting off on things just off the strength that he's Justin Timberlake. But one thing I'll tell you about cops in Long Island, they thrive on not giving a fuck who you are.
Like, that's where he was?
Yeah, he was in the Hamptons. He was in the Hamptons. So yeah, he was. If you out there in Suffolk County, bro, you don't want to get stopped in Suffolk County by the police up there, man. Because they like, you gotta think they townies. Like, they don't leave. Like, they went to school there, they graduated there, they made their kids there, their parents is from there. Like, so like they love pretending, not knowing who the fuck somebody is. Like, yeah, I think my wife used to like him when we were in high school or some shit.
And he said, I'm on a world tour.
Yeah, he said, I'm on a world tour. God was like, what's that? Like, he was acting like he didn't even know what a world tour.
What?
And Justin was like, all right, what the fuck is he not like?
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, like Justin was so fucked up. Justin was like, all right, am I fucked up right now? Like, because am I that fucked up that this guy don't know what a world tour is? Yeah. And then he said his name, and the guy was like, oh, you're Justin Timberlake? And he was like,
let me see some ID.
I think that was funny because like I was like, yo, what if they just started asking him to start dancing and shit? Like, all right, prove it. Do the bye dance. We all know it.
That would have been crazy. But another crazy part of the video was somebody that Justin knows. There's a woman's voice in the video where she's like, please, she's like, please, let me just talk to him. Like, just let him go. Like, do it because you love Sexy Back.
That was crazy. Like, how you like assuming that these officers just love this man's music and know his discography was crazy. Yeah, man.
His pupils, just solid.
His pupils. Was it only alcohol or was it drugs?
They found drugs on him, but I think
his eyes are crazy.
I do find it wild because in the Hamptons, I know that like there are like not a lot of hotels. So like if you're in the Hamptons, like you're renting a home.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, why would his people, wherever he went, why would he not have a car service?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like that just didn't make sense to me. Like I was like, why is he not, like, why is he driving himself? Because that could have he could have killed. He could have died.
Or kill somebody.
Right, because the like we get on the LIE, man. Like I've I've had somebody on the LIE where like I'm a slow driver, but sometimes I've hit 110. Just to see what it's like. Why you looking at me like that, Q? You judging me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm a slow driver, but I hit 110. Like
I'm just saying, like in my younger days, like I'm on the LIE, and I just was like, yo, like ain't nobody out here. Let's see. So I'm just saying, and I was sober.
Yeah.
I was alone. Don't worry, Q. It wasn't a reason. This was a long time ago. I was in my early.
Nah, Justin Timberlake should absolutely have a car service. Like that's crazy. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, I know. Like Jay-Z has one because he always in the Hamptons, right?
Tell you, Janet not driving herself nowhere.
Ooh,
it's true.
Hold that.
It's true.
That's funny. It's funny you say that because in one of the comments, did somebody put a whole paragraph saying, "Are we just going to keep punishing him for that thing with Janet?" I mean, she was like 40 when it happened, like basically saying like she was like rocking the cradle. So I got mad and I responded to her. I was like, "What the fuck does this have to do with Janet Jackson?" I'm like, "This man was fucking driving drunk. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what does the age difference have to do with anything?" Like, I could have helped myself.
That white man didn't know who Justin Timberlake was.
Yes. All right. So, and then I'm going to talk about something that is like, I think near and dear to all our hearts. The NBA, my Lakers are on a 9-game winning streak right now.
Good job, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't hate the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't hate the Lakers.
Okay. Detroit's doing well right now, but Cade Cunningham.
Shout out to Cade Icewood. You know what I'm saying? I hope he gets up.
Okay.
Get some, that is really unfortunate because Pistons was looking really good. I still think
he'll be back before April's over.
I think so too, but I still think that we're still gonna show out without him, but because we have an all around really good team, but we'll see.
You can't say nothing.
Why?
Y'all beat them this season.
We didn't beat Boston last year either.
Oh.
But that's not about that. Detroit is a really good team. With Cade is phenomenal. I love Cade. Like he's like one of my favorite players. I can't lie. Like the rest of them guys, like I don't know if they could do it without Cade. Is all I'm saying. Cade kind of is the nucleus of that and makes it easy for everybody else. What did it look like without him?
Absolutely.
Right.
But we about to find out.
But I do think he's gonna come back. But it's like, damn, that's just it sounds dangerous. But I'm not a doctor. I know CJ did it in 2 to 3 weeks, and then 5 weeks. But he came back to a regular season game. Like the playoffs is like intense.
It's intense. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll be fun.
But Boston's right behind, 4 games behind you guys. We're 5.5 games back. We're not catching y'all, but I'm trying to catch Boston. See.
All right. Well, shout out to y'all in the East. We in the West. Basically we got the 3 seed on lock right now because all the teams below us, we own the tiebreakers.
Who's Houston is behind you guys? I think.
Excuse me. Houston and Minnesota.
Denver.
Minnesota and Denver. We own the tiebreaker with all 3 of them. So
like
for
3 games left.
Yeah. So that basically means we locked into the 3 seed. Home court advantage. You know what I'm saying? Luka Doncic is leading the way. He ain't taking no shit from nobody. LeBron James is about to become the best third option in the history of basketball.
Austin Reeves is second option.
Yeah, LeBron James has decided to be the third option because that's what's best for business.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see because I know LeBron at this age, at this stage, he knows how to like manage his body throughout the season. I'm very curious in the playoffs if you get like another year of 41-year-old LeBron.
I think so. I just like I said, I'm worried about. Before we got on camera, I'm very concerned about the Spurs and OKC, especially OKC. But hopefully, we something gives, and we only got to face one of them instead of both.
Bro, the Spurs lack of experience. I feel like Raker can beat them. I don't know about OKC though, but we'll see.
All right.
We're almost there. We're a month away.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, now let's get into this episode. I think we caught up current events. We all caught up all bases. Let's go.
Bases. All right, let's get it. So, the artist that we're getting into today comes from one of the most prominent hip hop collectives of all time. One of the most recognizable symbols of any genre. And I'm talking about Ghostface.
Dennis Cole.
We're talking about an album that came out in 2004, the Pretty Toney album. We were talking a little bit off camera here about just this album kind of being a forgotten one, like one that we don't really acknowledged as much. It's not because it was good or bad. It's just kind of, I don't know what it was about 2004 where and even Def
So
Jam
much music came out.
Yeah, even Def Jam was like in this weird spot where they were positioning a lot of R&B back then more than rap.
L.A. Reid.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
That's true.
It was the L.A. Reid move.
Just like
you had a lot of
it
was a lot of like writers behind the scenes turned name stars in that realm. You know, you had The Dream, you had Neo, Sean Garrett was doing his thing back then. So it was just a lot of like R&B.
Yeah.
And Ghostface had signed this new deal with Def Jam. He was a new Def Jam artist at the time. Because 2 years after this, we got Fish Scale, which was amazing.
This is around the same time he was like on the Summertime remix, right?
Yeah. So like even when you look at the cover of the Pretty Toney album, that's actually a still shot of him performing Summertime with Beyonce at
Fade to Black.
Fade to Black.
Okay, that's fine.
And I didn't know this prior to like revisiting this album, but the cover is actually an interpolation of Dougie Fresh album cover, the world's greatest entertainer. When you look at that album cover, it's just the similarities just like pop at you.
That's ill that you just told me that because I remember from Fade to Black, those are actually Slick Rick's chains.
Yeah, from backstage.
Yes,
from before he went on the stage, Slick Rick gave him the chains. Fire. Yeah. So all kind of tied together. And then there's also Ghostface's first album that he does without Killah as a moniker, like as part of his name. Yeah. So like because Def Jam, you know, they was trying to get him to kind of cross over a little bit. And then what was the other thing on this one? Yeah, I already acknowledged it. Oh yeah, and then no Wu-Tang members on this album. First one. With nobody from Wu-Tang on this album.
Right. Man. This was also like a interesting time for Wu-Tang because like they were banned from New York radio because of what they did at Hot 97. And I think that it was like a pivotal point because what I realized is that prior to that incident that they were on tour Rage Against the Machine, but they were kind of like the members were kind of like at a crossroads because like they felt like they were selling out because they're from Staten Island, you know, Stapleton Projects, different parts of Staten Island. They weren't used to like being embraced by white people. They just couldn't wrap their minds around it. So like they felt like they wasn't being true to who they were, not realizing that essentially like they all could have probably become 3 times bigger stars and they would stayed on that tour,
right?
And really, you know, got more of that fan base from what Rage Against the Machine was doing. And they came back home and pretty much wanted to and like got treated like they came home and got treated poorly by Hot 97. They were like, yo, we just left probably arguably the biggest tour this year to come here and y'all treating us like this. And that's why like everything happened. And then they wound up getting fucked anyway. So like they were all like in like this weird place, but I think like they were all kind of like burnt out and tired. So they come home and like, you know, everybody kind of like disperses and they, you know, a lot of them tell RZA like, yo, we don't want you handling our entire albums. Like everything kind of like fell apart. And like if you watch the Wu-Tang show, you can see it in the Wu-Tang show. RZA talks about it in his book. You God talks about it in his book, but You God comes from a very bitter place.
You God always look angry.
Yeah, he's very upset.
Seemed like such a nice guy in person. I met him before.
Yeah, he is a nice guy in person.
Talking about RZA, then he's.
But yeah, you talking about RZA, he gets real disrespectful. But you know, like it just like this is just like a very like interesting place that Wu members were in 2004, right? Method Man is leaning into like his acting career. Raekwon is still putting out projects, but it's kind of like indie. Like other members of the group are like doing things, but you just not fully like, you know, it didn't feel like they were like moving as a unit. RZA would, you know, started like making friends in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he started like getting into directing the film with Quentin Tarantino and stuff like that. He did the score for Kill Bill, and then he got to make his own movie, The Man with the Iron Fist, and you know, things like that. So, you know, 2004 was just like a very interesting place for Wu members, and I think that's where that's kind of like why like it was just like a weird place. Because I'll be honest with you, like I was telling Reg, 2004, I don't know why for the life of me, like this album just skipped over me. And the reason why I say that, because I was so tapped in with Fish Scale.
I love Fish.
Yeah, Fish Scale was the shit. But like, just to put in perspective of like the albums that came out in 2004, you know, you had the First Carter. First Carter came out in 2004. You had Purple Haze. You had College Dropout, and Urban Legend. Those are just like 4 of the albums that were like really big that year. Shit, Kiss of Death came out that year. Red Light District, which is another. Red Light District was supposed to be Ludacris's exit album from Def Jam, right? Yeah. So Sunville, Mad Villainy, Rhythm and Gangsta came out that year. Drop It Like It's Hot was everywhere. You know. Shit, Banks had a big year. Hunger for More, Kamikaze,
Twister had that.
Twister came out. Yeah, Twister was everywhere. So it was a mixed bag of different albums. I think Ghostface was just kind of caught in the middle of it because these were all kind of established solo acts. And, you know, he was established obviously in his own right. But with Def Jam, they was trying to do something different for him. And he kind of touches on that a little bit in the intro of this album. Because he kind of puts it to where he's fielding off questions from like different media people and different fans and like, oh, what can we expect? And he's like, same old shit. Like, fuck you mean? You know, even though it was the same, but you could tell he was kind of bucking at the idea that he had to change his name and make it a little shinier for the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he talks about in that same one, he talks about the Wu-Tang. They asked him about, yo, what's up with you in the Wu? Like, he speaks to kind of Taurian stuff. So yeah, there's elements on this album that really stand out for that. But then we get right into a song like Biscuits, which is classic Ghost in my opinion. Like the beat is dope. And I think it's kind of slept on. I think this fits the mode of like the kind of shit that he does anyway. Like, this can fit on an album like Supreme Clientele. Facts. And it has a trite feature, which is a frequent collaborator.
Exactly.
He kept it Ghost with that. I really like this song. Like you said, that beat definitely sounds like it right up Ghostface alley. Is not commercial at all. It's very soulful.
I listened to this album and I'll just give you one of my big takeaways. One of my big takeaways is that it's a tragedy that Ghostface Killah doesn't have songs with Jay-Z, with Outkast. Like there's because I'm listening to like the way how he like paints a picture. Like he's very abstract in the way like he talks and things, you know, and like how he raps. And I realized that like there's like a lot of like he gets a lot of respect from his peers, but there's a lot of artists that he hasn't like worked with. So I'm listening to this project, and you know, obviously I love RZA as a producer. No ideas on this album, right? And I'm realizing like, damn, like there's a lot of elements of this project that is like Dynasty and Blueprint centric. And I know that like, you know, the samples and like that's like a thing that he always does, but like this album like really leans into it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, damn, like why, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the disconnect? And he was at Def Jam. I just wonder where's the disconnect with that? Like how does that happen? And, you know, like how did negotiations go down? And I know Ghost is like very like prideful, so he's like, yo, I ain't asking for shit. You know, you want fuck what you fuck with.
It's just the music for him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it could be personal preference because he seems to, this one he's collaborating with like a lot of locks on here.
Oh yeah.
Right? He got locks on here. But then you see, and I don't think we need to go track for track here, but just to call out some songs on here, you know, you could highlight the single Tush, right, with Missy.
Yeah, that was
which, in my opinion, back then it was a fun record. You know, the sample and everything, and then having Missy in 2004, where I think, what era is that for her? I want to say that's
she was wearing
Cookbook.
She was wearing Adidas every fucking day, like any.
Oh, so Under Construction maybe. That's probably like that era.
She was dressed like Run DMC every day.
Construction was like that.
Yeah, but you could tell that when he turned the album in, L.A. Reid was like, you still like you need a hit. Like you could tell that this album would have definitely been different if it was Kevin Liles and Leo Cohen still running Def Jam versus L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid is like a hitman. So he's just like, yo, like you need the record that's gonna get on radio. Like all this underground shit you talking, like I don't hear that.
Shit, or even Jay-Z. Was Jay-Z still there when Fish Scale came out?
Yeah, he was. Jay-Z pretty much okayed everything that Ghostface wanted to do and just took a step back. To my knowledge, because I know people that worked at Def Jam at that time, he wasn't like with the rappers, he wasn't hands-on as he could have been, and that's why so many of them like were pissed at him and they felt like he was sabotaging them. But he's just like, I can't tell you how to do you. But then L.A. Reid will come in and be like, okay, let's put your project up, but you need one radio. Like, that's pretty much what L.A. would say. So that's why like all of those projects, if you really think about it, like they don't like there's songs where like it feels out of place. But for Ghostface, it kind of worked out because that's how we got the song that he did with Neo.
Back Like That.
Yeah, Back Like That. Like it worked. It was just like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it worked, but like this is what they were doing. They were like, yo, tell Neo to go in there and give him some, because Neo was on fire at that time.
Yeah. They also, I mean, and then that's you mentioned Petey Crack. I just thought of when they started calling him Petey. Yeah, because they wanted him.
L.A. Reid would tell it. Yeah, L.A. Reid was like, "Yo, this ain't going." Like, I'm telling you, like, L.A. Reid would literally just say, "This ain't gonna work."
It's crazy.
One of these songs, and you let me know. I'm sure you probably know. When I was listening to this, uses the kick in the door sample. Or samples kicking the door?
It does.
I don't remember which song it was, but I thought that was interesting. That was a cool.
Yeah, because it's like, I put a spell on you. That's a sample for it.
Yeah.
And your mind.
Yeah, which one was that? Damn, which
I
one
don't remember, but I'm sure they'll tell us.
Yeah. I gotta look into it.
This is one of my also Run has, if not my favorite, one of like my top 3 Jadakiss verses. I love that.
Oh yeah.
That's on my gym playlist.
I listen to that all the time.
Yeah.
Because like the concept for that song, like how, like when you hear, like that's not a song that you have to explain to somebody what's going on, so you can like get the gist of it. It sounds like they went and jogged around the studio and then went and recorded the song.
Yeah,
that shit like that. He's like, "Go in, son, go in!" Like that shit just
and then it's the beat. It's like so like
it sounds, and then even at the end when it ends and you can hear. It gives you that visual of somebody actually jumping over a gate, and running like while the sirens is going off. Like I loved everything about that song, the video, the feel of it, like everything. Fire song. Which is still funny because again, even though the song is so big, it doesn't get associated with this album.
It doesn't. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It's like just on its own.
Yeah, I heard that song. I heard the song on a mixtape, and then that's how I found out that the Pretty Toney, like, I really don't know what I was doing in 2004 where I missed this project.
Yeah. It came out April 20th, 2004. Yeah. But even shit, speaking of Kiss, or the Lox rather, you got Metal Lunges, which features Chic and Styles. Yeah. And it's produced by No ID.
I didn't know No ID did that. That's fire. And I really like that one.
Chic would fit in with Wu-Tang so like seamlessly. Yeah, like so no, like he like yo, he like if like I feel like if I could like trade members or whatever like that, I would trade Chic to Wu-Tang. And
interesting.
And who would I give to the Lox? Raekwon would actually work really well in the Lox. Being a member of the Lox. But yeah, like if I had to do a swap, Chic and Raekwon on each group, just something to do. Yeah. Chic definitely fits over there better than Shaolin.
I like that.
I don't know. I love that sample though. It reminds me of that Fresh Prince episode when Carlton was singing.
Yeah. That's I like what 50 did to that sample too.
Oh yeah.
That was
I Don't Need Him.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was a good one. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is great. Who do you think had the best verse on here?
Styles.
Yeah. I still think Ghost kind of got them on it.
Think so?
Yeah.
I agree with Quincy.
Yeah, I like Styles verse on this one.
Yeah. I will say that I definitely preferred RZA and No ID's energy on the project. And I think that's just like purposeful. Like No ID, like, he's pretty much like the godfather essentially of like the soul samples and stuff like that, and like of like what Kanye did and like his style. So I think that like for my ear, I'm just trained to like prefer that style of sampling. And then what RZA does, like, you know, I wish that RZA was still producing all the Wu-Tang albums, but I'm glad that he got a couple songs on there because, you know, they in-laws, so you know that's family shit.
RZA's still active though, thankfully. Like he put out a new Bobby Digital album like a few weeks ago. That people didn't really realize. Yeah, but he put out a new album.
I'm gonna check it out
a few weeks ago. I think you would like it actually.
I'm gonna check it out for my commute to work tomorrow.
But yeah. So his his use of like skits on here. So bathtub skit is a little awkward.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah, you know, but I like his use of the skits because he uses it to get into the next song.
Yeah.
And he uses it as transitions for like, you know, he'll have his hood shit that like goes on, like, you know, Metal Lungies is like, that's great, chic styles, whatever. But then you use a skit like bathtub skit, you know, with his girl or whatever to get into like his storytelling and like, you know, to get into that bag where, you know, because Ghost is like really great at doing music that caters to women.
Yeah.
So he used that as a crush to get into that. Because you got a song like "Save Me Dear," which is amazing storytelling wise.
And he and in that bathtub skit, he's like, "Yeah, you saved my life."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, he's great at that. Even though sometimes it looks like Ghost could just be throwing shit at the wall sometimes.
Because sometimes it is.
Yeah, like I mean, Nutmeg is one of the classics of that. Like he's not talking about anything.
I love Nutmeg.
Nutmeg's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. So you got Save Me Dear and then leading into It's Over, which is a smooth ass like record and also maybe like a crossover appeal type of temp. And with that, but yeah, man, I think there's a lot of standouts on here. What are some of the songs that you guys aren't in favor of?
Aren't in favor of? All right, so the end after Run, I did not like the song with Music Soul Child.
Is that K Fox from the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
There's only one K Fox, right?
I don't know.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Took him back with Jackie O.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really see.
Jackie O had a moment.
Cool on Tush. And
the Missy song. Yeah, like those three, like for me, I'm like, yo, he you know, like it kind of pissed me off like what L.A. Reid did or whatever like that. Like, you know.
I think overall, if the album, and I feel like this is my complaint on some of the albums that we revisit, but like if it was maybe like 12 songs,
yeah,
this would be amazing.
Shit!
Out as it goes out.
I do got a question. Do you think when an artist makes an album and it's only like 10 or 12 tracks, like they know, like it's the one, and when they put more tracks, it's because like they're like not sure, so like they kind of want to give you like a variety of shit. Like, do you think that's purposely done?
Yes and no, because I think so. When you look at an album like Illmatic, which was short as hell, and it stood out back then because there weren't really short albums like that back then.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there's a lot of intent with that, but then I think with longer albums, sometimes it's just like throw it at the board, see what lands. And in the streaming era, we're kind of moving out of that now. But in the streaming era, you know, you got an artist like Chris Brown that put out 45 songs, right? And it's a way to kind of manipulate the system because it's like if I get you locked in for however many of these songs, my streaming numbers go up. And the same thing that Drake was doing too. Like, oh, the double disc, you play one side, you play this side, whatever, but it's an hour and 30 minutes of music. We're moving away from that now because you got artists like, I mean, Bruno Mars just dropped the album that's like 9 songs. You got
we know why Bruno dropped that album.
Get Out of Debt.
Yeah, he trying to get out of debt.
You got a bunch of artists now dropping shorter albums. Baby Keem put out 12 songs.
Yeah.
And we got another one, but it's not going to be named. I forgot the name of the project the next project he was going to do. It's not going to be that name anymore. He announced that he's dropping another project before this year. You're right. Something
Wolves. Yeah, that was supposed to be the one before Casino.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
now I want to know the name of it because.
Yeah, but while you look that up, so like I think we're moving away from the longer albums, but it just feels
Child with
like
Wolves.
more Child
with Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it feels more intentional when it's a shorter album.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. And one of my earliest memories of that from like the late 2000s was Teflon Don, because that was 11 songs.
Sure.
I'm telling you, man, if I see that an artist puts out a project and it's under 12 songs, I know it's good.
Yeah.
That's confidence, bro. Like, I'll say for a rap artist. For a rap artist, if the project is under 12 songs, I know that it's something meaningful and good. Like,
unless they're like you mentioned it with intention, unless they're intentionally trying to make a double disc album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, Biggie did it, Pac did it, I want to do it. You know? Yeah. So maybe they're forcing it.
Niggas really can't do that though. Niggas haven't made double albums in this era.
Yeah.
When is the last time? I think Speak a Lot. That don't count because that's like two separate albums.
The last time that was
like a double album hit.
Well, regardless of how we feel about Mr. Morale, it did very well. It was a double album.
That was a great album.
I like it in hindsight, but it definitely didn't have the impact like that
of like being up there with the double albums.
With the double album. Like,
so then there's
the
still
show did it. I think the
tour.
The tour is what kind of made that album more meaningful to me or whatever like that. But I will say this, with Cole's last project, The Fall Off, right? When I listened to it on the first listen through, like I didn't do any like research or backstory. I didn't enjoy it. But then when it was explained to me what he was doing going back home 2 separate times, I enjoyed it more.
No, I definitely enjoyed it.
Oh, we know you enjoyed it.
Nah, if it wasn't good, I wouldn't enjoy it.
I don't believe, but Quincy,
but all eyes on me, Life After Death, like them shits, like but they also died, so it's like it's hard to but they're great.
Hold on, let's go back.
I'm trying to move past.
Nah, because I don't think I don't think we will ever hear you say that like Cole like dropped like a ass project.
What's a bad Cole album? Is there one for you?
Is it For Your Eyes Only?
For Your Eyes Only.
I knew you was gonna say that.
And that was a short album too. But he admittedly said like he wasn't even inspired when he made that album.
What?
He said that.
You mean to tell me? Wait a second. That just pissed me off.
What?
Because like the backstory of that shit, like isn't that a story like written to like his son's child or some shit like that?
It's about somebody else's life.
Somebody else's life.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like they gave like this big elaborate ass story. And you mean to tell me that he was uninspired?
He was like searching for inspiration at the time. He had, his wife was pregnant, he said, and he was like, he didn't even know if he wanted to rap anymore. He got like reignited with like KOD in the off season and stuff.
I would be so frustrated if I was J. Cole's friend. I'm dead serious. Like, you know how I am. Like, I'll be like, what the fuck you mean, Oscar? You about to bring life into the world, nigga. Like, I'd have been like, yo, like, well, that's all the inspiration you need. Like, I would have lost my shit if you would have said that to me.
My favorite Cole album, and he fucking acts like it was just warm-ups for him, no pun intended, but was the Off Season.
Me too.
That's my favorite Cole album.
Good.
I love KOD.
That was a good tour and an album too.
KOD is incredible. Like, cause I think KOD is the way I want him to rap, the artist I want him to be. That album is that.
Well,
anyways.
Wow. Okay. Let's get into everybody's verdict. Damn, Quincy is fucking spicy.
All right.
Shit.
So as far as verdicts go for this Ghostface album, I'll give it a 3. I'm comfortable giving this a 3.5. I think it has all the elements of Ghostface that I really like. It's messy, it's cinematic, it's funny, it's inconsistent, you know. But I think it's just the album's just a little too long. And also it's not all of those things I mentioned to the highest power. Like it's just bits and pieces of that.
Right. I give it 3 waffles out of 5 because like I know what he was doing there, but we have examples of Ghost when he's locked in. So we have Supreme Clientele.
It's
all right, it's cool. Yeah, it's stupid. And so we have the projects before this album came out, and then we have the project after. So this album is sandwiched in between 2 of his best projects, right?
Yeah.
So we have Supreme Clientele, we have Fish Scale. Because this album is sandwiched in between his 2 best projects, it's glaring to see like, okay, This album kind of he wasn't as locked in. So that I think that's the problem. I think if he dropped it in a different time frame, it might be praised a little bit more, but it just got fucked up in that it got lost in the sauce.
I feel you on the time frame, but I really do think he was locked in. I think I think the intro tells us the intent. Right. Because I think he was locked in. I just think it was just a weird time frame for him. I think he was so locked in that some things kind of faltered. You know? Because you know, he's like, yeah, nothing's gonna change. I'm with Def Jam. So what? I gotta drop Killah, all of this. But I'm gonna lock in and give you the best album I can. And I think for this time, he did that.
Okay, Reg. I stand corrected because you made a good point, and I'll concede to that. But yeah, 3 out of 5 waffles. What say you, Quincy?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what y'all are saying. I'm going with 3 as well, only because I'm a big Ghost fan. He's like in my top 3.
Mm-hmm. Top 3,
personal top 3. Like
I'm not. It's personal.
I'm not saying like he's the top 3.
No, I understand. No, we understand. We understand personal and overall. Yeah.
And one of my favorite versions of him is like Wizards of Poetry. All that I got is you. Like I really like that version of Ghost. I didn't really get that on this album.
Got you.
Like you said, it may be there an attempt at it, but it didn't hit that
those bits and pieces. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that part was out. Too many songs. So I'm definitely going 3 because there, you know, it has Run on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that alone. I like the song with Kiss. Like I like all the soul samples.
Yeah.
See, I'm going 3 out of 5.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'll say another thing. There wasn't that much storytelling on this album. That's something I really look forward to.
Yeah, you're right. He has some elements of that. But yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I look forward to that. Like, cause I'm trying to make an argument that, you know, like he's, you know,
one of the best storytellers.
I want to make the argument that he's replaced Slick Rick.
That he's surpassed Slick Rick.
I want to make that argument, but I can't.
I feel like volume might make that facts. No.
I'm just saying, no, you're right, because it's like after like Slick Rick's debut album, and then like, you know, he went to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's like, yeah, like there is more volume to it, but like I want to make the argument because some people will be like, nah, it's Scarface, and some people will say no, it's Cole. Some people will say Cole is one of the greatest storytellers, and then some people will say, Hove.
Oh, Nas.
You know, so some people will say Nas. You know, like there's a couple artists that like do really well at storytelling. Pac does this thing. You want to know who else is an underrated storyteller that nobody talks about?
Big?
Nah, YG.
Okay.
YG's good. Yeah, he's good.
He's a good storyteller, bro. Like I'm not saying like he's a top lyricist, but his storytelling, depicting what it's like in Compton, being a blood, he does a really good job. And yeah, Biggie is a good one.
Somebody said off camera, Joyner Lucas.
I mean, he's a good storyteller.
So let's wrap it up.
It just don't sound well for shit.
But yeah, okay. So we comfortable with those ratings, right?
Yeah.
Listeners, if you have visit this album, let us know your rating. If not, I encourage you to listen to it. Let us know what you think. I'm First Klass Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we are out of here.
Catch you next time.